You should have been here months ago, the doctor said after looking at my test results, because these were already marked urgent. I nodded like I understood, but I didn't. I had planned to be somewhere else today. I had planned to pick up my daughter from school and cook dinner and pretend nothing was wrong. I had planned to keep working the late shift until the rent was paid. I told the doctor I didn't get the messages. I said work was busy. I said insurance took time. All of that was true enough to pass. None of it was the reason. What I wanted was simple. I wanted to get through the year without another crisis. My wife had left. My daughter had asthma. I had already missed too many days at work. If I stopped, everything stopped. It came down to fighting a system that was so messed up. All appointments took weeks. Calls had to be made during work hours, and every step asked for another form, which meant more waiting. I told myself it couldn't be that bad. If it was bad, someone would say it out loud, and that would force me to come in. The doctor asked why I waited. I said I thought it would pass. He didn't argue. He just turned the screen toward me and said, treatment options shrink when time passes. I asked if I was dying. He said not yet. He said that depended on what we did next. He said we needed more tests today. I told him I had to get back to work. He looked at me longer this time. He said if I left, it would count as refusal. He said he had to note it, and that refusal had consequences. If I stayed, I lost the shift and much needed money that came with it. If I left, I lost something much bigger, so I stayed. The nurse took blood. She missed the vein twice. She apologized. I said it was fine, but it wasn't. I watched the clock. I imagined my manager replacing me. I imagined the rent notice. I imagined my daughter waiting. Then the insurance office called. They said my coverage was inactive, that my employer had listed me as part-time. The tests would be billed and asked if I wanted to proceed. I said yes quickly before I could talk myself out of it. I didn't ask about the cost. Then came the waiting for results that took hours. The doctor checked in once. He said some markers were worse than expected, and he might have to admit me to the hospital. I texted my manager and my sister. I didn't text my daughter. I told myself I would explain it to her later. By the 4th hour, I couldn't sit still. I paced the hall. I read the same poster a dozen times. A social worker came by and asked about support. I said I had it handled. She didn't seem convinced, but didn't push. The breaking point came when the doctor returned with another doctor. They closed the door and sat down. They explained the diagnosis in short sentences and how the delay made it worse. Then they explained the plan and the risks. They said we should have caught this earlier. I told them again I didn't know. I said I never saw anything urgent. I said no one told me months ago. The first doctor frowned. He clicked the screen again and said, that's strange. He asked me if I had brought my daughter in last spring. I said yes, she had fainted at school. I said they had run several tests, but nothing was showing up immediately, so they sent her home. He turned the screen fully toward me and pointed to the name at the top. It wasn't mine. The urgent marks were for her. Same last name, address, and phone, just different birthdays. They had called me. I had blocked the number after the 3rd missed call. I thought it was billing. The letters I filed away without opening were addressed to me, but the results inside were hers. The system linked us. No one noticed, not until now. My tests were abnormal, but not urgent. Hers were months ago. They asked where she was now. I told them she was at school, and he said we needed to bring her in immediately. I stood up. I didn't say anything else. I was already moving. I ran out of the room, already dialing, knowing this was all my fault.